Before you can become export ready and work with travel trade, you need to understand the supply chain. If we look at the traditional distribution channel, there are a number of links connecting overseas visitors to local operators. It starts with the overseas travel agency, who buys through an overseas wholesaler, and then uses a New Zealand-based inbound tour operator, who has contracted rates with you, the operator. The traditional distribution channel of working with international visitors has seen a shift with the introduction of online travel agents. For example, Booking.com and Expedia. Pricing to accommodate commission is the first and most important tactic an operator needs to consider. Unless the customer comes to you direct, commission is paid at each stage of the booking journey. For most operators, your key connection to the distribution channel will be through an inbound tour operator, and you will be required to pay a total of 20 to 25% commission. The inbound tour operator will then pass on some of that commission to the wholesaler and travel agent. International visitors typically travel to New Zealand from spring through until the end of autumn. And unlike the domestic market, who often travel only during the weekends or public holidays, the international market travels Monday to Sunday, 7 days a week. Inbound tour operators generally won't work with operators who are not open during the shoulder and peak period, and are not consistent with their opening hours. You need to set a pricing or rate schedule to factor in commission. The product offering needs to be priced consistently, accurately and competitively to be successful in the market. When you are looking at your product offering, you need to think about who you are wanting to target, for example families, empty nesters, young professionals, or small groups. There are typically two types of leisure travelers: free independent travelers, known as FITs, who are self-driving throughout New Zealand, or group tours traveling by coach on a set departure, stopping at various regions and pre-booked attractions throughout New Zealand. Finally, travel trade will work with operators who meet necessary New Zealand regulations. For example, if you are a jet boat or activity operator, there are New Zealand Safety Council and New Zealand regulations you must meet. There are also quality assurance programs available in New Zealand such as Qualmark. A trade fact sheet includes key information, written specifically for travel trade about your product offering. Looking at the elevator pitch on our trade fact sheet example, this is where you highlight key selling points, features of the property and type of customer that is most suited. For example, families and couples. On the rate schedule, you will see there is a rack and net rate. The rack rate is the retail rate you would sell direct to a consumer. The net rate is your rack rate minus 20%. This is what you will receive from the travel trade. Clearly state your rates of GST inclusive of 15%. Set your summer and shoulder rate starting from the 1st of October through until the 31st of March. You can also look at setting your summer rate through until the 30th of April, which is shown in this example. Manawatū's high season doesn't finish until the 30th of April due to the number of major events. Set your winter rate from the 1st of May to the 30th of September. Under your rate schedule, clearly state what is included in the rate, for example, per person, or per room, bed and breakfast, 3-hour guided rafting with lunch. Add blackout dates for where you can't accommodate trade bookings, such as major event weekends and public holidays. Surcharges for bookings over Christmas or New Year's are acceptable for accommodation providers. Adding any relevant certifications for your operation will improve your chances of working with travel trade. Accommodation providers can add in a property sitemap if you have one, with reference to each suite and common areas. Include quality product-specific high-quality images. Finally, the last section covers the booking process details, where you can include other terms and conditions such as credit and invoice arrangements, and late checkout policy. There are a number of organizations that work with travel trade, and it is important for an operator to understand their roles and responsibilities. Tourism New Zealand's role is to market New Zealand to key offshore markets. They don't market individual operators, but New Zealand as a key destination. The Tourism Export Council's role is to represent the interests of the New Zealand inbound tourism industry. CEDA is Manawatū's regional tourism organisation. When it comes to trade marketing, SEDA's role is to raise the profile of the Manawatū by working with neighbouring RTOs and Tourism New Zealand. For example, hosting media or trade and attending trade events. Inbound tour operators will email SEDA for information on trade-ready products, and SEDA will look for opportunities to connect operators with trade. It is the responsibility of the operators to ensure they have an up-to-date trade fact sheet. By May of each year, operators should have their rate schedule ready for the following season and email this to SEDA. All the necessary quality assurance credentials need to be up to date. If you have any questions, get in touch with the SEDA team.